All right, guys, welcome to another of our little meetings.
Yes.
In this episode, we are going to be looking at scientific notation. And based on what I'm seeing here in the book, they're saying it's very important that we understand scientific notation. We should all be able to read the scientific notation on medical prescriptions. The scientific notation can easily be understood. And here they give an example. The example says 6 times 10 to the third power means 6 times 1,000. Means 6 times 1 what?
1,000.
1,000. Let me switch this back here. Or it really means what? 6,000. In order for us to better understand how this is, let us look now at the powers of 10 in exponential form. So let's go now. In exponential form, we have 10 to the 0 power. Anybody remembers what 10 to the 0 power is?
1.
It is 1. Very good. And then 10 to the first power is what?
Yes, I can.
10 to the first power?
10.
10. 10 squared is what?
100.
100.
100. 10 to the third power is?
1,000.
1,000. 10 to the fourth power?
10,000.
10,000. 10 to the fifth power?
100,000.
All right. And 10 to the sixth
1
power?
million.
1 million.
All right. Now, if you notice, we keep going up by 0. Just keep adding the 0. 10 to the first power. Remember that when we're doing this, we have the... Somebody's blowing into the microphone, please. This is the base, while if we have 1 here, this would be the what? The exponent. All right. So if it is that we have the exponent there, then we need to understand what the exponent means. So here we go with 10 to the 0 power. That means that the base does not show up any at all. So we represent that by having 1. Then we have 10 to the first power. So the base appears once. This 10 to the second power is the same as 10 times 10, and 10 times 10 is equal to the 100.
100.
And 10 to the third is really what? 10 times 10 times 10, which is equal to 1,000. Clear? All right. So let us move on to the activity that we have here. Now, 6 times 10 to the fifth. What is 6 times 10 to the fifth, please?
10 times 10 times.
No, man. I just wanted to tell me what 10 to the fifth is.
10 to the fifth power.
Yeah.
So this
Let me go back to the chart here. 10 to the fifth is the same as what?
100,000.
Okay. So if I have 6 times 100,000, what is this equal to?
600,000.
Okay, 600,000. All right. So 6 times 10 to the fifth really is 6 times 100,000 or 600,000. All right. Let me see. Jessica, let's go with this one. 4 times 10 to the third can be written as 4 times what? What does 10 to the third represent?
4 times 4 times 4.
No. It's 10 to the third. Not 4 to the not 4 to the third power.
10 times 10 times 10.
And that would be equal. Let's go back to the chart. 10 to the third is the same as what?
1,000.
Okay. So if we have 10 to the third being 1,000, then 4 times 1,000 would be equal to what? What's the answer there?
4,000. 4,000.
All right. Let's give Jessica the chance. All right, let me pick someone else. Shaquana.
Yes, sir.
All right, you're up now. So we have 4 times 10 to the fourth. What is 10 to the fourth? This is 10 to the fourth. What is 10 to the fourth power?
10 times 10 times 10 times
Yes, good. But what is it as a number?
10,000.
Okay. So if it is that I have 4 times 10 to the fourth, it is 4 times what? 10? 10,000. What is 4 times 10,000?
40,000.
Okay. So this would be 40,000. Let's see. The Marquis?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 9 times 10 to the first power. What is 10 to the first power?
10.
Okay. So 9 times 10 would be equal to what?
90.
Okay, good. Shamisha? Shamisha? Alright, she's not hearing us. Let's go with this one. 10 10 squared is the same as what?
10. 10.
No,
100.
100. 100. So 12 now times 100 would be the same as what?
1,200.
1200. Remember, if I'm multiplying the whole number by any multiple of 10, we can simply look at the number of zeros and add it to this to get the answer. Are you guys seeing that? Look at this. 9 times 10. I simply add 0 to the 9. It becomes 90. Alright. This one is slightly different. Let's look at 25,000. How could we swap this around and express 25,000 in the scientific notation or exponential form? What could I say now?
25 times 10
To what power?
to the third power.
10 to the third power. What gives it away for me? The number of zeros I see there tells me to what? Power. Okay? Alright.
Yes, sir.
Number 7. What would 7 be equal to?
8 times
8 times 10 by the third power.
10 to the third power. What about number 8?
600 times
6 to the fifth power.
To the fifth power. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
5.
Alright. Are we clear on that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any difficulties with those? Alright, let me see if I can find just 3 more to give to you and we'll wrap up. 74 times 10 to the 0 power. 80 times 10 squared. 93 times 10 to the 4th power. Alright. Here we have 3. Okay, so first of all, what is 10 to the 0 power?
1.
1. So it would be 74 times 1, which is the same as what?
74.
74. What about 80 times 10 squared? What's 10 squared?
100.
100. So it's 80 times 100, which is the same as what?
800.
800?
Yes, sir.
No, man. Look again.
8,000.
8,000. Alright. Let's look at 93 times 10 to the 4th. Now, what is 10 to the 4th?
10,000.
10,000. And if I have 93 times 10,000, how much would that be?
93,000. 93,000.
Guys, just looking back at the screen, this isn't right. Look at this. And look at this. 94 times 10 to the 4th. Are you
4 zeros.
Good. So it should be all right. So it's not 4 zeros,
Zero.
and so this would be what, 3 zeros, but here we have what, 4 zeros. See that? So this really should be 930 1 2 3.
930,000.
So this should be 930,000. All right, good. All right, Chamisha, give me the one that you have made.
80 times 10 to the fourth power.
80 times 10 to the fourth power is the same as 80 times 10,000. What's your answer?
1, 2, 3. 800,000.
Okay, so that's good. 800,000. 8. So we have the 8. We have this 0 here. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more that we're going to put on it. 1, 2, 3, 4 more. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2. All right. So we end up with 800,000. So this one would be correct. Anybody else wants to try one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Joel first. Go ahead. What's yours?
Sir, 99 times 10 to the third power.
99 times 10 to the third power. All right, Joel, go ahead.
Sir, I got for my alright, 99 times 10 to the third power is 1,000. So alright, 99 times 1,000 equal 99,000.
Okay, so this would be equal to 99,000, and that one would be correct. All right, the Marquis.
One. Sir, about one.
Hold on, let's hear from the Marquis. The Marquis,
Yes, sir.
go ahead.
72 times 10 to the second power.
72 times 10 to the second power is the same as 72 times. What's this now, the Marquis? 10 to the
100.
100. All right. So what's your final answer?
7,200.
7,200. All right. And we will check. We have the 72 and then we have 2 zeros behind it. So that's correct. All right. Ticky for that one. Anybody else?
Sir?
All right, Joel, let's hear the last one from you.
Yes, sir. 100 times 10 to the fourth power.
100 times 10 to the fourth power. So we have 100 times 10 to the fourth is how much again?
Sir, 10,000.
10,000. So this should be equal now to what? What's your answer?
1 million.
1 million. So we have how many zeros in all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that would be a million. All right, guys. So let's wrap this one up. Let's go all the way back to the top of our screen. And let's see what we did. So in this episode, we were looking at scientific notation, right? We understand that like doctors and pharmacists will use scientific notation when dealing with certain chemicals. And it's something that's important for us to know. In order for us to do these particular set of problems, we need to know the powers of 10 in exponential form. Remember that the exponent tells the number of times that the base must appear in the problem. So 10 to the 0 power, the base does not appear, and we represent that situation by 1. 10 to the first is 10. 10 to the second power is
100.
10 to the third power is
1,000.
10 to the fourth power is
10,000.
10,000.
10 to the fifth power is
100,000.
and 10 to the sixth power is
1 million.
all right, very good. So in number 1, we had 6 times 10 to the fifth, which is the same as 6 times 100,000, which is equal to
600,000.
okay. Number 2, we had 4 times 10 to the third. 10 to the third is the same as 1,000. So our answer would be
4,000.
4,000.
4.
Number 3, 4 times 10 to the fourth. 10 to the fourth is the same as 10,000. So 4 times 10,000 is the same as?
40,000.
All right. Number 4, 9 times 10 to the first. 10 to the first is 10. So 9 times 10 would be?
90.
All right. Number 5. We have 12 times 10 to the second power, or 10 squared. Now 10 squared is the same as?
1,200.
No, man. 10 squared is the same as?
100.
100. So 12 times 100 would give us?
1,200.
All right. Very good. In number 6 to 7, we are going to do the opposite now. In the first set.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, could you repeat number 4, please?
Number 4.
Yes, sir.
9 times 10 to the first. 10 to the first is 10. So 9 times 10 is 90. All right.
Thank you, sir.
All right, cool. So number 6 on, we were asked to do the opposite now. They gave us a number and we were to then change that number into, a statement that includes the exponential form. So 25,000 is the same as 25 times? Yes?
I'm 10 to the third power.
Good. 8,000 is the same as?
8 times 10 to the third power.
600,000 is the same as?
6 times 10 to the 4.
All right. And then you gave me these examples. I gave you these 3 and then you did 3 on your own. So we have 74 times 10 to the 0 power, which is the same as 74 times?
1 equals 74.
74. Then we have 80 times 10 squared, which is the same as what?
80 times 100 equals 80,000.
Good. We have 9 times 10.
8,000.
Yeah, 8,000. So we have 93 times 10 to the fourth, which is the same as 93 times?
3 times 10,000 equals 93,000.
No, it wasn't 93,000. Look again. It was supposed to be what? 930,000.
Yeah,
Remember, we have how many zeros here? 1, 2, 3, 4. And in this first response, we had only what?
3.
We had only 3. We have 80 times 10 to the fourth, which is the same as what?
80 times 10,000 equals 800,000.
8,000.
93 times 10 to the third, same as?
99 times 1,000 equals 99,000.
And 72 times 10 squared?
72 times 100 equals 7,200.
And the last one we had was?
100 times 10 to the fourth power equals 100. 100 times 10,000 equals 1 million.
All right, so 100 times 10,000 gives us 1 million. All right, guys, thank you for your time. Take care.
No problem, sir.
Enjoy your weekends.
Thank you, sir.